Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we have an AliExpress all-time favourites video. I was going to say compilation, but I'm not quite sure what compilation actually means. So we're just going to go with video because if you've watched my channel before or for a while, you'll know that I used to be like super obsessed with all things AliExpress. So I've got a huge feck off collection of AliExpress makeup, and at the moment I'm not really buying as much, so I thought now was probably a really good time to sort through all of the makeup products that I have and come up with some ultimate top favourite videos. So today we're going to be starting with my favourite face/base products from AliExpress. We've got blushes, we've got highlighters, we've got bronzers, we've got powders, BBs, we've got loads. But anyway guys, so without further ado, I'm just going to get straight onto this. I'm going to try and be as succinct and as quick as possible. You know, I'm not going to spend too much time kind of going through any one of the products. That's what I say now, and I do have the tendency to talk a lot, but I'm really going to try and rein it in because I just want to get straight to the point. I want to give you some really good recommendations, some really good tip-offs about the products that I just really stand behind and just think are absolutely phenomenal, that are great value for money and that are totally worth an investment of a couple of pounds, because let's face it, nothing on AliExpress really costs more than a couple of pounds, apart from those products that are a bit cheeky and they're like £15. It's like, oh, £15, oh hello there, Mr. £15. I mean, really. But anyway guys, so to begin, I'm just going to pick at random, and I really hope that's okay, but I don't feel like being organised today. So okay, so the first two products we've got are by faveourite. I definitely do feel that faveourite is one of the most reliable and good quality makeup brands on AliExpress. It's one that I just kind of know, like I've learned over time and with experience, that if I treat myself to a faveourite product, chances are it is going to be a good quality. I'll always recommend faveourite just as an AliExpress brand that's kind of worth trying. So these are called the Goals. Okay, like I've not seen the Goals in a while, and I just think that this is probably one of the biggest feck ups of all time on AliExpress in terms of a typo, honestly, because I think they were meant to be called glows because they're very glowy highlighters, but they're called Goals. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were meant to be Goals, and maybe they were having the last laugh, but I just don't really get it. But anyway, I suppose it would be quite a funny joke on their part if they did mean gold. So they have released these in 4 different shades, and these are 2 of my favourites. So the first one is Rose Radiance. This is what she looks like. She's an absolutely beautiful warm pink. Guys, I know, like I'm just dying all over again. It was like the very first time I saw her, I just feel like I'm falling in love. She is super shiny, but not in like a dry powdery way. She's kind of shiny in a gelée, wet skin, you know, kind of I am moist skin kind of way. She's not like, oh yeah, I've got some powder on my face and I'm looking a little bit powdery. No, she's just so sleek, and I just think she gives you that kind of glass skin, but with a pop of pink. So she is a little bit duochrome as well. As you will see, hopefully with the swatch, she looks to be pink in certain lights, and then she has these kind of beautiful golden kind of shift in other kind of light / angles. I just think that, you know, this swatch, it kind of says it all. It's just a beautiful warm toned pink. Oh, god damn it. She's just so gorgeous. Okay, so my second favourite is in the shade Nova Light. This is a beautiful icy peach. Sorry, I've got pink on the brain. I'll just do a little swatch. Oh, actually, I'm not going to do it on that hand because then it doesn't make any sense. The swatches need to be on the same hand. So this one is so gorgeous. I would say we've got a similar kind of dual aspect look. You've got the peach, and then you've also got a little bit of silver, which together it gives it just this beautiful icy peach. I feel like this would be rather universally flattering on multiple different skin tones. I'm actually wearing her today. I am using her as kind of a sheeny kind of blush, but then I have taken her up to, you know, my brow bone just to add that pop of highlight. I just think this is so beautiful. The actual texture of the powder is extremely kind of refined, soft, and it just has this real kind of smooth, buttery feel to it. So, oh my gosh, guys, these two are my favourites. I would definitely recommend, if you're in the market to try or buy a new highlighter or sheeny kind of blush, then I would definitely recommend you check these out. I can't remember off the top of my head what the other two shades were actually like, but yeah, I will include links to all of the products that I'm about to mention in the description down below so that you can go and have a little look for yourself if you are interested. So yeah, I love these. By the way, they are called the Diamond Glow highlighters, but they're called the Goals unofficially. Okay, so next we have my, well, one of my two favourite ever bronzers slash contours from Aliexpress, and this is by the Hold Live brand. It's called Butter Bronzer. Yes, they definitely have taken some form of inspiration from the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which, I mean, I don't really mind too much because they have not kind of 100% like replicated it. Like, I don't look at this and I don't think Butter Bronzer. I just think the name Butter, but then what's in the name? So this is in the shade 501. This costs, I think it was about £4. It's well worth it because the consistency of this powder is just buttery, as you would expect. It's silky smooth, it blends out easily. The shade for me is perfection. I have very light kind of neutral skin. This does not come off as muddy, and also it doesn't come off as warm and orangey. It's just that beautiful cool toned brown, which just gives you a lovely bit of definition. You can also use this all over your face to add, you know, a bronzed element to your skin. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. They do have a couple of shades. This is the lighter of the two, so if your skin is darker than mine, I do believe that they may be able to cater to your skin too. Okay, so next we have one of my very favourite setting kind of all over face finishing powders. This is from the D.S.M brand. I absolutely love the packaging, although I do sometimes feel like she does look a bit tacky, but mostly I really like her. So this is a mineralized skin setting powder. I don't really use her for setting my face as much as I use her just for putting it all over my face, just as that kind of finishing touch, because yes, she does set any areas that you want setting, but she just adds this kind of beautiful veil over your skin. It just kind of finishes everything off, and I personally just think she makes everything look gorgeous. She does have this slight mineralized look to her, but oh my gosh, she's so good. I'm going to pop a little bit on now. I don't know how well you can actually, you know, see her, because I do like, well, okay, I'm going to let you into something that I was hoping you wouldn't notice, but I know how much of a keen eye you guys have, so I'm going to tell you. So I popped on a little bit of a tinted moisturiser this morning, and it definitely is not matching my skin today. I feel like I'm just looking very orange, like so orange. I was thinking, will anyone notice? And then I was thinking, yes, of course they will. So anyway, I'm just going to pop this all over setting powder on in the hopes that it may take away a little bit of the orange, but really I think that's just wishful thinking on my part. But yeah, so I've just popped a little bit on. I hope that you can see how she has taken away a little bit of shine. I've just remembered I should have done one side first and then we could have compared the two sides, but I didn't, so I'm so sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I think she's taken away a bit of the shine, and she just makes your skin look a little bit more flawless, and for that I am eternally grateful to her. She is the best, like the best powder from Aliexpress. So she's a D.S.M Skin Friendly Mineral Powder. And I have this in the shade 01. Okay, so next we have a product which I believe that this is probably the most talked about product on my channel, because I'm deeply, madly, forever in love with it. So this is a baked blush. It's by the Naked Haster beauty brand and it's in the shade Angelica with a K. So I can't really like hold her up because she is a little bit smashed, and if I hold her up she falls everywhere. And although I do really love her on the cheeks, I don't really want a rain shower of her all over my leggings. She is the most beautiful peachy glow. She is the most gorgeous, radiant, I can't emphasize that enough, the word radiant blush. She makes your cheeks pop with life, with health, with vigor, with style. She just makes your cheeks look like the healthiest they've ever looked. She has just the right amount of glow, not too much but not too little. She just makes my whole face look amazing. Like literally, she makes it look like I've had 10 million orgasms and I'm just glowing from within. She's so beautiful. They do have some other shades. I have tried a couple of them, but I've not really found any that I love as much as Angelica. And I do believe that this peachy shade is universally flattering. I think she would look so gorgeous on olive skin, on deep skin, and also on fair skin. So she's just sensational and I cannot recommend her enough. Okay, so next we are jumping back into the world of Focallure, and I have my favourite blush slash other blush, because it's like a blush duo. So this is called the Monochromatic Blush Duo. I've got this in the shade 02. It's called Barbie Shy. We've got two different formulas and finishes, but we've got the same colour. I only just recently learned what monochromatic means, just in case like you're thinking, oh my gosh, like Amrin, I'm sure she did not know what monochromatic meant about a month ago. I know, guys, look at me now. She's moving on up in the world. I've got this beautiful, radiant, glowy, kind of baby pink blush, and then you have the matte side. I actually prefer the matte side, which for me is a bit strange because usually I just love anything that's going to be glowy and radiant, and you know, just anything that's going to really just make my face look 21 again. I just think that like more radiant powder products tend to be more flattering on older skin. However, with this I just absolutely love the matte side. The shade of this is, it's almost like veering on coral, because it's not simply pink, and I know that that's probably not going to make any sense whatsoever, but it's just the most beautiful kind of warm pink, if that makes sense. This is gorgeous. The palette costs around £5. It's definitely worth every single penny. The formula is great. The actual palette itself, it has a mirror. It's a super kind of, it just feels like super good quality. It's got this really beautiful kind of tactile feeling on the front, which reminds me of the NARS packaging. So she is prone to getting very dirty, of course, but hey, aren't we all? I mean, really. Okay, so next we have my very favourite BB cream from Aliexpress. I feel that like if you want to buy foundation, don't go to Aliexpress, but if you want BB creams or tinted moisturisers, then go to Aliexpress, because they have some really good options for a lighter coverage. So again, this one is by D.S.M, who were the same brand who made the beautiful all over face setting powder. This is called the Pure Mineral BB Cream. This actually, in my opinion, is a really good dupe of the Laura Mercier Illuminating BB Cream. Sorry, not Illuminating BB Cream, Illuminating Tinted Moisturiser, which actually is what I'm wearing today. That is just looking very orange on me today, and I definitely feel like this just like it has the same glowy look. It's got very kind of light coverage, but it seems to be like so flattering, even though it's very light. It just makes your skin look really fresh. It lasts all day. I don't even have to set this with powder because it seems to just kind of set itself. It doesn't seem to be like super emollient. It's just rather comfortable on the skin. So I would recommend this if you've got dry skin. Also if you've got oily skin. I feel like she is just a great, comfortable, all-rounder product if you don't want to put on a full coverage kind of foundation, but you don't want to go bare skin. She's a really good middle ground. They do have some more shades. I think there are only maybe four or five shades in total. I have this in the shade NC20 and I absolutely love her. Okay, so next we have my very favourite liquid. I forgot what she was then. Did you notice that? I was like, what is she? Shit. Come on, brain, help me out here. Come on, brain, kicking. Anyway, so this is a liquid illuminator. Again, this is by the Naked Here's the Beauty brand, which is the same brand that created the beautiful Angelica blush that I just so adore. So this is in the shade Copacabana and it's the most beautiful champagne shade. I think that, again, like, I feel like I'm saying this like just like all the time in this video, but I feel like she's universally flattering because she's not kind of super warm tone or super cool tone. She's very much a neutral, so I feel like she could work on all different skin tones and just make you look like your very best. Just got back from holiday and I am just feeling great and healthy, full of life, full of vigour self. She's so gorgeous. So with this, I like to either just apply her onto my bare skin and just be like super glowy. I like to mix her into my foundation. But my favourite way of wearing a liquid illuminator is to mix her into my moisturiser. And then I am getting the skincare properties of the moisturiser, but I'm getting the super glowy, healthy looking skin properties from this, which I don't quite know where I was going with that. But anyway, I really love this. She costs a couple of pounds, and believe me, and interestingly, I tried the NARS Copacabana, which cost me, I think it was about like £25 or something, and that formula was no different from this formula, and this cost £2. Like, I feel like sometimes there is a reason to maybe spend more money on certain makeup. You know, say if I just don't know, because I can't be asked thinking what those reasons could be. But sometimes, like say with skincare, like for me, I don't mind spending more money on skincare because I do believe that the ingredients, they may not always, but they may be better depending on what brand that you're going with. But whereas with something like a liquid illuminator, I do not think that you really need to be spending a lot of money because at the end of the day, I imagine that the formula is going to be so similar to the formula of like a higher end product. So I feel like this is definitely a situation where you can save your money along with blushes, powder, highlighters, BB creams even to an extent. Although no, I've changed my mind. I'm going to take BB cream off the table. I changed my mind. Okay. Anyway, I'm bored with that conversation now, so I'm moving on. Okay, so I know that I said earlier that I don't generally... I'm really sorry about that noise. And I'm trying not to be distracted by it, but literally something's happening outside and it's doing my head in. And I'm trying not to be distracted. And the only reason I'm mentioning this is because I hope that it's not annoying you as much as it's annoying me. But anyway, we're just going to rise above it. We're going to be the professional that we are, or that I am. I don't know why I'm bringing you into this, but anyway, so yeah, earlier, I don't know if I did say it earlier, but I've said it in so many videos that I don't tend to go to AliExpress for foundations just because I've had barely any luck, honestly, with buying foundations from AliExpress. However, my very favourite foundation that I ever got from AliExpress, and actually one of my favourite foundations just ever, is by the Miss Rose brand. This is called the Purely Natural Foundation. This is a light to medium coverage. It's a natural but with a pop of radiance kind of finish. It just seems to make my skin look so perfect. It doesn't give you all that much coverage, but there's something it does that it just kind of, I think, reflects light off your skin, and it just looks so beautiful. It just makes my skin look really, really healthy. So yeah, this is a foundation that I would really recommend. Typical of, you know, AliExpress, they don't have an extensive shade range. I believe they only have 6 different shades in this particular foundation. The majority of those shades being, you know, what we would consider, you know, like vanilla, ivory, warm ivory, cool ivory, sand, maybe at the darkest. Unfortunately, the shade range is, you know, it's definitely not inclusive, and that is a real shame. But yeah, this is my favourite foundation from Aliexpress, so I couldn't make a favourite kind of base products video without mentioning her, although I don't love the lack of shades, honestly. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. I think I did a fairly good job of being succinct and trying to keep to the point without, you know, digressing too much. I am going to be making a whole series full of these videos, so I'm going to be doing my favourite eyeshadow palettes from Aliexpress, my favourite highlighters from Aliexpress, my favourite lip products from Aliexpress, etc, etc, etc. So if you are interested in Aliexpress, keep your eyes peeled. There will be more videos coming soon, because honestly I don't know how much longer I'm going to be necessarily shopping on Aliexpress for, because I've discovered Shine recently and I'm just madly obsessed with Shine. It's kind of like I'm so fickle. I do tend to move on to new things, and then, like, I don't know, I just leave the old thing in the past. Although saying that, I did order a load of makeup yesterday from Aliexpress. I just think I'd got into a bit of an Aliexpress rut where I just felt like I had bought every single makeup product that they have on their website, and I was just getting a bit bored with seeing the same products again and again. But I do think they've added some new stuff recently, which I probably bought most of yesterday. But anyway, guys, I really hope that you, your family, your pets, your neighbours, just everyone that you know, I hope that everyone's doing really well, and I really appreciate you watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Oh my gosh, guys, so I was literally just taking my thumbnails and then I spotted a product that I completely forgot to mention, and I couldn't, you know, not mention her. So again, this is by faveourite. I know people in the comments will be saying, Amanita, you did not do the faveourite song. So okay, fucking over here, fucking over there, faveourite, yeah. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, that's a little song that I do. But anyway, so this is a contour and highlight palette. This is called the Sculpt and Glow, and I have this in the shade Maui Nice 01. So with this, you get a beautiful champagne highlight, and you get a extremely cool toned contour. I would be very careful about which of the palettes you choose. I would only recommend 01 if you have a very fair skin, because this contour is not messing about. It's super cool toned, which can look muddy as well. Like, if you do go ahead and buy this, just really be careful as to how much you apply, because she is super cool toned and she can look incredibly muddy if you just take your eye off the ball for a second. You lose focus, you know, you can look dead very quickly with this. However, the reason why I love this and the reason why I really wanted to mention her was because the highlight is just absolutely gorgeous. She is, I'll just pop a bit on my nose. Look, can you see? Oh, she just makes your skin look kind of diffused but glowy, and just, I love her. And now I cannot focus on anything other than the tip of my nose because it's so popping. But yeah, I couldn't not mention this just because I know a lot of people, particularly people with fair skin, do struggle to find a really good cool toned contour shade. And this, oh my gosh, guys, if you are in the market for a cool contour shade, she is not messing about. Honestly, she's not messing about. I just love the duo. I think it's really good quality. Again, in typical faveourite fashion, the palette is really good quality. You have a beautiful mirror, which she is extremely dirty, but then, you know, aren't we all? Again, seriously. But this is really good, so I couldn't just not mention her. Okay, so I promise I really am going this time. But I really hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one.